Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage past Rotary International President Rajendra K. Saboo and past Rotary International President Kalyan Banerjee. We are at the Jewels of Rotary India, the Plenary 3 at the Rotary India Centennial Summit 2020.
I really have to start with a complaint about past President Raja Saboo. After I finished my governorship, I was ready to go back to my business, and I probably would have been a millionaire like some of you in the audience here, except that he dragged me into this wonder called Rotary. But then he told me that you better try to be a man of value, not a man of success. And you know, the presidency of Rotary makes people look tall, like myself. But Raja Saboo is one of those who made the presidency look tall. As he did every office. Now, I did a deal with Shekhar. He gave me 3 minutes. I said, give me one more. So in these 3 minutes, let me try and say something about him and what he did with every office that he took in Rotary from the time he started. As a very young district governor, you know, every governor wants to have a great conference. His conference, he had the acting president of India, Mr. Jati. How many governors here would love to have the president of India at their conference? I mean, around the world. Not only that, he had Mother Teresa as one of his guest speakers at his district conference. And that sort of set the stage for him to come up. When he became director of Rotary International, he hosted a mammoth conference just like this, called the Goodwill Conference of Asia, or South Asia. And they got to a situation where they had to restrict participants and give quotas to each district because the numbers were too large. And at that conference, he had Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao inaugurating it, and then Madam Srimati, the late Srimati Indira Gandhi, hosting a party for all the senior leaders at Hyderabad House. What more do you want to do? As director, we only owe him a great deal because it was his efforts which brought the Delhi Rotary International office here. If not for Raja Saboo, we may be still struggling to have an office in our part of the world. As president of Rotary, he had a dream convention. I was his governor. I was in Orlando, the world of Disney, when it was all transformed into this magical world of Rotary. And I recall in the evening strolling down Disney World with my wife and Epcot Center when we hear this booming voice of our president coming on the speakers, welcoming us and so on. And then we had a firework display, all with a Rotary theme. When he became trustee chairman, it was also a time when we were talking about the 50th death anniversary of our founder, Paul Harris. Many brains were racked as to what we can do to adequately commemorate his birth. He was walking down Northwestern University in Evanston when he saw the Kellogg's School of Business. Prior to that, we had been trying very hard to set up these Rotary Peace Centers. But you know, a brick and mortar building with a land was just way beyond us. But when Raja saw this Kellogg's Business School, went back, and together with his then President Louis G.I., they hit upon this idea of setting up the Rotary Peace Centers because there was no need for us to build a university. University was already there. We only needed to have a section there, a seat there. And now today, thanks to the idea which germinated through past President Raja Saboo, which many of you may not know, we have 6 Rotary Peace Centers today in partnership with 7 premier universities in 6 countries around the world. And as you know, that's one of our flagship programs today, which we market all over the world. But I think his biggest efforts came after he became president. And in the last maybe 20 years, he and Lady Usha have done more than 30 medical missions, which you all know about, in as many countries. And that is some effort. I mean, yesterday, as Shekhar said, if I can do that at his age, I would be truly blessed. And when I talk about Raja and Lady Usha, I will say that there is no Raja without Usha. In Star Wars parlance, if you have seen Star Wars, she is the force behind this man. And she is an icon in her own right. I have listened to her receiving standing ovations at conventions, at the International Assembly. And I love the way she acknowledges the fact that when she goes on a medical mission, she is not a doctor, but she says, I'm a nurse, I'm a waiter, I'm a counselor, and most of all, I'm a mother. Now, in my view, ladies and gentlemen, if Raja is the jewel of Indian Rotary, Usha is the Mother Teresa of Indian Rotary. If Raja is the Raja of Rotary, I will say to the beneficiaries of all their medical missions, Usha is the Florence Nightingale of Rotary. Raja is a man of vision, man of imagination. He's got great organizational abilities. He's a man of high principles, sound judgment, man of light and learning. He is what I would call a legend without the myth. And you know, legends are an artful intertwining of fact and myth. Legends are designed to beguile, to impress, to inspire, or simply to attract attention. But legends are essentially a good ingredient for great leadership. And there's little doubt that here we have an outstanding leader in Raja Saboo. He's done much for Rotary. And he's got the ability to win unyielding loyalty. I recall when I talk about subject of loyalty, I once listened or read about an aide to General, the famous General MacArthur. And he said that obedience any leader can command. Loyalty is an indefinable something which he is obliged to win. MacArthur could do it. And I would say Raja also knew how to win loyalty. And there are people who follow him to the ends of the earth because of the loyalty they have for him. Raja Saboo certainly is one of the jewels of the crown of Rotary in India, but he's also the personification of the near-perfect Rotarian in the Rotary world.
Saboo is Chairman Emeritus of Saboo Business Group, a leading manufacturer of watch components, and Ethos, high-end watch retail boutique chain. He's past president of the PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry. He's also a member of the Managing Committee of Federation of India Chambers of Commerce and Industry. He was member of the Board of Governors of India Institute of Management, Tiruchirappalli. On educational and the cultural side, he has been a fellow of the Senate of Punjab University and is currently serving as the chairman of Chandigarh Center of Bharati Vidya Bhavan. Being active in the Child Welfare Council, Rotary Blood Bank Society Resource Center, he is deeply interested in the civic activities locally, nationally and internationally. He is President, Managing Committee of Ramakrishna Mission Ashrama, Chandigarh. Having joined Rotary Club of Chandigarh in 1961, he continues to be a member and a past president of the Rotary Club of Chandigarh. He has served Rotary International as District Governor 1976-1977, Rotary International Director 1981 to 1983, Rotary International President 1991-92, Chairman of the Rotary Foundation Trustees 1996-97, and Trustee of the Rotary Foundation 1992 to 1998. During his tenure as the Rotary International President, he gave to the world the RI theme, Look Beyond Yourself, and his focus programs were functional literacy and combating hunger. He's been responsible in initiating in Chandigarh many projects, including Gift of Life and Heartline, for cardiac corrective surgeries for children, a major voluntary blood bank in Chandigarh, and polio corrective surgeries in endemic areas within the country. Since 1998, he and his wife Usha have been serving hands-on as volunteers in Rotary Medicare projects in Africa. Up till now, 30 medical missions have been undertaken in 15 countries with the inspiration and active involvement of Rotarian Saboo. The Padma Shri Award was conferred upon Raja Saboo in 2006. During 2005, he was conferred a degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa, by 3 different universities. He's been a recipient of several honors, recognitions, and awards. The recent one is the Polio Plus Pioneer Award from Rotary and many non-Rotary organizations. He's one of the leading lights of Rotary not only in India, but the entire Rotary world. He's a fine orator, a visionary leader par excellence. In the 100th year of Rotary in India, we are privileged to confer the honor of Jewel of Rotary India on past President Raja Saboo.
May I ask past President Mark to present a shawl, not yet past President still, Mark, to present a shawl to past President Raja. A citation by Trustee Chair Gary Huang. May I first read this out for you? Gary, you read it. A memento by past President D.K. Lee. A Shripal by President nominee Shekhar Mehta. A hamper of sweets presented by Kamal Sangvi. He's not a diabetic, so it's okay. All right, Kamal, we've switched you to the flowers. And now, may I ask the presentation party to take their seats and request past President Raja Saboo. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the man of the moment, past President Rajendra Kumar Saboo.
Good morning, my family of Rotary. And when I see the leadership here on the dais, these are the people who are the pillars, but supported by all of you who are here. I'm particularly grateful that President Mark Maloney is here. The past presidents are here. Kalyan is here. Shekhar is here. Manoj is here. Gary is here. and all those who are coming from all over the world. Shekhar, congratulations for what you have set up here. We are proud of you. Let us have an agreement. If you want to applause, applause well. Thank you. Ravi and DK, I'm extremely touched, but more than that, humbled by what you have said. I don't know if I deserve all those sentiments. I'm only a Rotarian, and I did whatever I did as a Rotarian. My friends, Rotary is my teacher. It gave me the ability to look within myself and look beyond myself. I saw a self-centered individual thinking of my business, my family, and my ambitions. And Rotary had not entered in my system. Few months after I came to Chandigarh, and an astrologer came to my office. He started talking to me and asked, "Where do I come from?" And I said, "As I am here in Chandigarh, I am belonging to this place." He said, "Then you are a Punjabi." I said, "Well, if you may say so, I am a Punjabi." Not satisfied, he asked me, where were you born? I said, "Calcutta." "So you are a Bengali?" I was amused and I replied, "Yes, if birth is criteria, I am a Bengali." He asked two more questions and I avoided straight answers. Finally, he put me in the corner and asked, "Where did your forefathers live?" And I had to say, they lived in Rajasthan and I am a Marwadi. That's not the punchline. I started thinking, I was a Punjabi, Bengali, Rajasthani, and it dawned upon me, I am an Indian and proud of it. But Rotary opened the doors for me as a member of Rotary Club. I felt I was not just an Indian. I have become a citizen of the world. Internationalism through nationalism. My vision enlarged. My mission touched my heart, and I started to understanding the meaning of humanity. My friends, when I think of this humanity, I am stuck with some of the stories. When Pakistan boy, Tausef, after successful heart surgery in Chandigarh under our club project, and then he came on we had a big celebration for that success. And this boy came on the stage and he said, "If someone will ask me which country you belong to," and he said, "One country gave me birth, another country gave me life. And then he said, I belong to countries and two countries belong to me. Hail Pakistan, hail India, hail Rotary. That was my first lesson from Rotary. When I hold a little girl with shabby clothes and running nose and administer polio drops in her mouth, from these precious drops would overcome the paralytic life of that little girl. I got another lesson from Rotary. When I go to the African countries on a medical mission and I see blood, flesh, and bones, and then I realize, because I am also attached with the blood donation movement, and I realized that whether it is in India or in Africa or anywhere in the world, the color of blood is red. In the meantime, we have been honored to have the presence of Dr. Harshvardhan, a friend of Rotary. That is the introduction that I give to him. So my friends, my lessons from Rotary continues. Few years back in Nigeria, 2-year-old girl would not leave my lap. And as soon as I would want to have her on the operation theater, she would howl. And in her face, I saw the face of my granddaughter. That was another lesson that I got from Rotary, the lesson of empathy. When I was in dire problem, I had to part with the factory I had built, brick to brick, brick by brick in Chandigarh. People started talking, what would be Saboo's identity? But I did not suffer. I had learned the lesson of ethics and integrity and practiced it. And it became my family brand, Rotary's gift to me again. There are umpteen personal experiences that changed my life. Thanks to Rotary, and thanks to all of you who walked with me. A best of cut diamond does not shine in darkness. Whether it is Kohinoor or any diamond. Only when light is on it, the diamond's brilliance determines the value. We may all be diamonds, each one of us, but only when Rotary light falls on us, we realize our value of life. So when I am recognized at this remarkable gathering of people, many of whom have much given and learned from Rotary, I'm wondering who is recognizing whom. President nominee Shekhar, I thank you for your recognition this morning. This is what you have initiated and you thought of. But my friend and all of you, I recognize my Rotary as my teacher, my mentor, and my lifeline. And I salute Rotary.